Yeah, we're going.
Oh my god!
How's everyone's day been?
Great.
Hey, it's been great. How's your day been, Sam?
It's been good. I drove some. Did I tell you? Oh, did I tell you how I hit a girl with a door earlier this week?
I already heard the
She
story.
was walking through a door. Well, someone was in front of her with 2 cups of coffee in their hand. So I held the door open for him because I saw him. And then I looked back. I didn't see anyone behind him. But I felt the presence of movement. And so after he'd gone, I looked back and there was a girl holding 2 cups of coffee in her hand as well. But the door was already released and it shut very quickly. And so I might have spazzed out and lunged at it, but I didn't catch it. And it kind of hit her pretty hard. And I looked back at the guy and he was just like,
She's out of our hair.
mouth wide open.
Damn, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I could never show my face in public again if I did that. So you're
I
brave.
thought about it all day. I relived it multiple times. So thank you.
So thank you. That's brutal. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I'm Sam.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Justin.
And welcome to Movie Snacks.
The show with movies
And
Snacks.
sometimes we talk about food.
and snacks. Tangentially.
Sometimes we like to start with a little trivia round. I'll get it.
I'm the reigning champ.
You are. Where are we at? Trivia.
I have won once.
Yeah. I don't think I have one.
No.
No, you haven't won. Justin.
Right now, Sam has one, and I have one. We're doing King of the Hill, so I won last time.
Okay. Movie trivia. Say your name to buzz in. You can ask for multiple choice, but it's worth 1 point then.
Oh,
it's
right.
usually worth 2 points.
Prepare to get stomped.
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm so ready.
I gotta
I was
move
born ready.
Which actor
Oh, man.
played Sally Draper in Mad Men?
Oh gosh, I have not watched it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need multiple choice on this one.
Yeah.
I think I'll know it if I hear multiple choice.
A.
Do we have to hear the whole multiple choice? Like all of them before we
Yes,
can
I
buzz
have
in?
to finish.
Okay.
Yeah. A. January Jones. B. Christina Hendricks. C. Kiernan Shipka. D. Elizabeth Moss.
Justin. It's B. Elizabeth Hendricks.
It is not.
I'm gonna say D. Elizabeth Moss.
No.
Oh, is it January Jones?
It is Kiernan Shipka.
Who is that?
She plays Sabrina on The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Oh.
She also voices Janora in The Legend of Korra.
I think I was mistaking the character they were asking for. So because the character I'm thinking of is played, I think, by Elizabeth Hendricks or whatever her name is.
Sure.
So, but who knows?
0-0. Nothing but a couple of goose eggs.
Nothing but a couple.
That's why he says she's the man.
The world famous fire ferrets.
What drink does William spill on Anna in Notting Hill?
I don't watch that either. What are these questions?
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
Multiple
Notting
choice,
Hill.
Justin?
Yeah, yeah.
A. Coffee. B. Tea. C. Orange juice. Or D. Water.
Brittany.
Yes.
T.
Nope.
Ah.
Coffee.
Nope.
No! Is it orange?
It is orange juice.
Well, I'll
Still
never show my
0-0.
face in public again.
Oh.
Okay.
Man.
We could have a heater.
If
We
I
could
was
have a heater.
answering these questions. Okay.
Yeah, like he didn't know the Notting Hill one.
No, this one.
Oh.
In which city does the movie Psycho begin?
Ooh, ooh,
Begin.
ooh, does it begin?
It's been so long since you showed me that movie.
It says at the bottom.
I'll buzz in.
Yeah?
Justin? San Francisco?
Nope.
Multiple choice.
Yeah.
You want multiple choice?
I
can't do it anymore,
A.
so.
Phoenix. B. San Francisco.
Oh, come on!
C. Seattle. Or D. Reno.
I'm gonna guess Reno.
Oh!
It is Phoenix.
Oh, that was my
Phoenix,
last guess.
Arizona.
Dang it, we're doing so bad.
Yeah, this is awful. This is pretty atrocious.
0-0. Come on,
In
guys.
the fourth round, we got a real nail biter here. Anyone's game.
All right. In Forrest Gump, which country does Forrest travel to as part of the All-American Ping Pong team?
Oh, man.
Oh,
Justin.
Yes, Justin.
China.
It is China.
dang it. I knew that one.
Justin's got 2.
I couldn't remember if it was China or Vietnam.
China. 2
Vietnam
points for
was
me.
also one of the multiple choice.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was
Nice.
Vietnam, China, Sweden, and France.
Ooh.
This one's for all the marbles.
Or a tie game.
Yeah. In which English city was the Full Monty filmed?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know what that is.
The Full Monty.
English city?
Which English city was the Full Monty filmed?
I'll throw out a guess. Justin.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
No.
Oh.
London.
No. I'll do the multiple choice.
Yeah,
I
let's do
guess
the
it
multiple.
doesn't matter though.
Nah, let's hear it though.
A. London. B. Manchester. C. Sheffield. Or D. Bristol.
I'm gonna go Manchester.
I said Bristol.
It is Sheffield.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Justin got one right.
Justin
so
won.
Let's go.
We've all
with a
won one
stark
now.
victory.
We've
Wow.
all won one.
That one was rough.
They say even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and again.
All right. Well, welcome to Movie Snacks.
Yeah.
What are we talking about this week, guys?
Our topic for today is garbage movies that we can't stop watching.
Yep.
That's
Watched
it.
a lot of
Garbage movies.
I
not
say
bad movies.
No.
art.
They're just not the best.
They're trying their best though.
They are
and that's
trying their best.
important.
You know, and that's the vibe I got from a lot of them.
Yeah,
Should we go around and say our picks?
sure.
Let's talk about our picks. I will start, I guess. My pick was a movie I've seen probably 15 times, frankly.
I've
Over the
also
years.
seen it a fair amount of times.
I chose G.I. Joe, Rise of the Cobra. 2000. I don't remember the year, frankly.
9,
What, really?
I believe. Hang on.
It is 2009. Yes, 2009 movie. Peak cinema, frankly. Martin Scorsese found dead in a ditch. After G.I. Joe came out, it was so good, it killed him.
Oh, is that the running theory?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, anyway, peak cinema. It's great.
Do you have a specific snack you would suggest watching it with?
I.
Because I have a suggestion.
Yeah, oh,
Well, you made a face.
A snack. I'm gonna go with an M.R.E. like a military ration. Because they're the Joes. It's a military movie. Anyway.
Okay.
M.R.E., that's my choice.
I would say a gummy snake.
That's also good. Two sides of the same
Yeah,
coin.
I mean, really.
Anyway. Brittany?
I picked Monster in Law with J-Lo and Jane Fonda. That came out in 2005. It's a rom-com, and I've watched it many, many times. I think it's funny every time. And my snack, I always want barbecue because when they show up to the party dressed, and she's like, she said it was a barbecue. And so I always want like barbecue or like hot dogs and stuff.
You don't want
That's good.
you don't want almond gravy?
No, I don't want almond gravy. What a horrible... I'm allergic to nuts, for those listening.
So is Charlie.
Oh. No wonder you like the movie so much. You
Well,
just see a little bit of yourself in her.
Yep.
that's a
Crazy.
different
J-Lo.
category, Brittany. What main character are you most relatable with?
And you?
My pick was... What was my pick? Oh, Gods of Egypt, the 2016 masterpiece with Brenton Thwaites and Chadwick Boseman in there somewhere.
Surprise appearance, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of surprise appearances, Brendan Fraser in G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
That's true.
He was
in a
in
very
it for
small
like 5
part.
seconds.
Yeah, very small part.
Little cameo.
Also, I'm just now realizing Did we all inadvertently choose movies that we could see ourselves as the main character in? Because you kind of look like Brenton Thwaites. You're allergic to nuts and are quirky. Yeah.
Quirky.
And I
And you
am
are
Channing
the
Tatum.
complete opposite of Channing Tatum.
And everyone tells me I look like Channing Tatum. They just won't stop telling me.
How tall is Channing Tatum?
Why would you ask that?
I'm just
Why would you ask that in
asking the
comparison to me?
question.
Justin is short.
Don't say that. That's not true.
I made a new friend. I was talking with them about the live action Avatar.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. Their name is Ryan. They are quite shorter.
Small.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, look up what my name means. And I look up, like, the name meaning of Ryan, and it says Little King.
Oh. That's
That was worth
adorable.
sharing.
This says Channing Tatum is 6'1". Boosh!
How tall are you, Justin?
Don't make me say that. I'm not even that
7.
short. I'm like 5'7". Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
That's a perfectly average height. That's a perfectly average.
But, yeah. I chose Gods of Egypt, Brenton Thwaites, 2016. Once again, I suggest a little cocktail. It's called the Little Egypt cocktail.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Look
That's
it up.
cute.
Look it up.
Surely there's a drink called the Eye of Horus. So
You know, I don't know.
You can
I'm
make one.
sure there you
I looked
create
around-
craft one.
Well, I looked around for like Egyptian mythology themed cocktails. And that's the only one that came up because a lot of it was like, oh, the ancient Egyptians liked beer and they had a lot of like beer myths.
Yeah, you should have just
And I
made
was
a
like, I
drink
don't
with
want
mead and
Mixed with red
gems. Yeah, and limestone.
Monster-in-law's drink is just any form of alcohol because she's an alcoholic.
Well, she makes I think it's a martini.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but she
yeah,
also
she has
has
a lot
like
of-
straight vodka,
Yeah.
and
It
at
should
one
be-
point she drinks the
To be honest,
stuff from the.
oh yeah, it's like cough medicine.
Yeah.
She's like 10% alcohol.
Well, we talked about how the snack should be boxed wine because there's a whole
Oh
bit.
yeah.
No,
There's a whole bit about.
That's my vote for a snack is boxed wine because it's kind of trashy, like the movie, thematic boxed wine. Love it. Okay. Do we want to talk about Monster-in-Law first since we're on?
Let's talk about
Sure.
Monster-in-Law.
Monster-in-law.
I've never seen this before.
Neither have I.
It was
I
my
think
first time.
it is so freaking funny. My mom showed it to me at first when I was like 16. And it was the only exposure I had to mom-in-laws up until I met Justin's mom. So, I think it's hilarious. I enjoy it very much, even though it is trashy. Plus, like, I don't hate J-Lo in it, which I cannot say mostly now for other things that she's in.
Yeah. A lot of my notes are just how frustrated I was with Kevin.
Oh my gosh, he's an oblivious, like...
He's a himbo. He's a himbo.
He's a doctor though.
But yeah, also the smartest man you've ever met.
he's a
Very
mama's
odd.
boy.
Oh my gosh, there's a well.
But,
I'll
like,
talk about it in a second.
No,
Continue.
go now.
One of my biggest like actual gripes with the movie, but I thought it was so silly how it's like early on, and because it's after they've like already run into each other a few times, and he's like absolutely talked her up at this party where she's like helping do the catering or whatever. That's his party for coming back to Los Angeles or whatever, and he's like so smooth. And so fast, and then he tries to leave her a voicemail.
And he's like,
the next
"Take me
thing,
for a
he's
walk."
Like, maybe you could, maybe you could talk. And it's like, dude, you're a doctor. You're like a billionaire. Maybe grow some backbone. Like, I just thought that was so funny.
He just got a little shy.
It's
Shy over the phone? That's crazy. He was way better in person. How does that work? Dude leaves a voicemail and is like, guys.
I like how
said you can
she
walk me.
doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't call him back, and so he buys 2 coffees and waits on the beach for her to walk her dog, walk the dogs and get her.
That's what we call commitment. That's what we call true love.
Stalker.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
love. It's unclear. It's a funny movie, though. It honestly
funny.
is.
I
It is
think-
funny.
Oh, so my big gripe kind of like that in the beginning with her is that she's like, you're gay. And he's like, I'm not gay. And she's just like, okay, well, bye.
Yeah.
It's like, explain.
And also, yeah, I remember being frustrated because, like, the only reason she thinks he's gay is because the lady,
The obvious
the
bad.
obvious wants him whatever, like, clearly out to get you whatever, is like, yeah, he's, like, totally gay. You couldn't tell. And she's like, what? I guess she's right. I have to take her word for this. He was totally hitting on me 5 minutes ago, but he must be gay.
Calls to ask me out on a date as best as he can.
And it's like, yeah, you're gay. What? No, J-Lo.
Also, yeah, he just frustrated me throughout because by the end I was like, why are they still inviting this woman who's like sneaking into his room while he's dressing to things? Like to this function.
That's the mom-in-law.
Well,
Monster-in-law.
The monster.
She's trying to sabotage.
yeah, but part of me is just like, put your foot down and just be like, no, this is unacceptable.
Yeah,
I will fight for this movie.
It's insane. She said, don't you dare comment negatively. We'll be refuted.
I think Wanda Sykes is the best part of that movie.
Wanda Sykes is so funny.
Wanda Sykes is the best part of
So
that movie.
funny. I love it when they're wrestling over the nuts and she's like, put that gravy down or I'm telling Kevin. And Jane Fonda turns around and she goes, yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part is when so I wish that it would have been more of a Bride Wars vibe for longer.
Like shenanigans and hijinks ensue.
Well, I wish J-Lo's character would have realized what was actually going down earlier so that they could kind of go back and forth.
There's some more back and forth.
Like
Sure.
Bride Wars.
Sure,
Did
yeah.
you ever see Bride Wars, Justin?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think so.
I've seen it.
I figured.
The only ones.
Bride Wars is good.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, and
Because
so
once she realizes, it does like pick. It's like,
it's
oh, now
pretty
we're
like
now we're rolling.
yeah. And so my favorite part is when Wanda Sykes is like, I underestimated you. You don't need a gun.
need a gun.
I need a gun. It's so funny. It honestly is.
She's
funny.
like, I don't know what you're talking about. She goes, mm-hmm.
Oh my god! And there's that part where she's talking on the phone with the model, and they're like mid-sex, or she's trying to have sex on the couch,
Foreplay.
but it's like, dude, stop.
Right.
It's like maybe just, and she's like, oh, sorry, we're in the middle of something.
She's practically fornicating with him.
It's so
And then
funny.
Wanda Sykes is like, I would too. That was a five-piece ass.
It's so funny. But it's also just like, dog, can't you just not for 5
Like-
minutes while you're talking to your mom on the phone? It's so weird. And she can't even stay
He's
quiet. Like, what is going on?
oblivious.
Yeah.
It's insane. It is funny though. It honestly, I laughed. And you know what? I laughed.
I laughed a few times at Wanda Sykes. Overall, I was like, this would all be over if they just communicated so much better. Like, she's not a bad person. Literally, Wanda Sykes clears up the whole conflict with one sentence where she's like, what makes you think he's not happy?
Boom.
But-
And she's like,
Yeah. Aside from that, I was just like if
Justin-
Kevin should be resolving this issue.
Yeah. Justin loved the grandma when she came in.
Oh, I did
love the
too.
grandma. The grandma
I did
eats that
too.
scene, eats those scenes up.
Drinking wine from a box.
And she's like, you wore black to my wedding. And she's like, I was in
In
mourning.
mourning.
And she's like, she said she was in mourning. Like, that's so funny. Oh,
Yeah,
so good.
no, that's good.
It is good. Remy's funny too. I love Remy. Remy is funny.
Remy is good.
The actual
good.
gay friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is funny.
It's like, don't be mad. I'm bringing Dr. Chamberlain.
Actually,
Paul.
Paul. Yeah.
His name's Paul. And I thought it was so funny how, like, stupid it is that he, like, the Dr. Chamberlain guy comes to the party and then can't stop waiting. Like,
He's just like, oh, let me get that for you.
he's
The
like,
place
when you
sets.
breadsticks, when he
He's
bread,
like, wine. Anybody?
Great.
he's got like
Yeah.
dishes stacked on his arm, and it's like, dude, this is so ridiculous. It's so funny though.
It is hilarious.
It is. There's a great ironic enjoyment to
Yes.
be had.
No,
I
no,
think it's
with
so
all
fun.
of these movies, and I think when that's the vibe of the movie, I just default to like, well, this isn't realistic.
Yeah, no, I gotta
I'm like,
suspend
this
that
is the
disbelief
problem.
hard because
You have to embrace the madness.
this
Yeah.
is not real.
Because
This could not be it.
honestly, same with G.I. Joe.
Hey.
Same with less so Gods of Egypt because it's like fantasy-esque,
I guess.
you know, but still there. There's a lot of
Yeah,
like,
anyway.
come on,
We'll get to that.
come on.
But
get
yes,
to that.
I would rate Monster in Law. I'll give it, because I love it so much, I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Really?
It's my guilty pleasure movie.
Yeah.
I really
that's
be putting it on in the background sometimes.
That's okay.
I give it a 5 out of 10. I will also say it is the highest rated of my movies.
Oh,
that we've
I'll give
watched.
it a 6 out of 10, and I will agree that in like my head canon, it is the best of the three. I think it's the
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's the one that has the most like staying power.
I also think it just makes me laugh so much.
Yeah. Like it's a legitimately pretty funny movie.
Yeah, no, I laughed a couple times. It was good.
While the other two, I'm gonna be honest, they're utterly forgettable. they're utterly forgettable. But at least Monster in Law is like kind of quirky and funny. That's cool.
Speaking of, I have a quick game.
A game.
I'm going
Would
to
you like to
give
play a game?
you two the IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes scores
And we've just signed
for
into the movie?
all three of these movies.
Wait, I know.
Yeah, we've seen one or two.
Oh, did
but
y'all look at
I don't
them?
remember though. I don't remember them.
I looked up the cast.
They're all pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to
Let's
figure
see
out which one's which.
I can do this. I can do this.
One, okay, wait. One of them is a 5.1.
Okay.
Am I right?
Um.
I'm wrong, aren't I?
Well, let me.
I don't remember anything about it.
Okay, just
so.
go.
Okay. One is a 5.4
Okay.
on IMDb
Okay.
with a 37% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
5.4, 37.
Okay.
That one's Monster in Law.
Another one is a 5.6 with a 55% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
And one is a 5.7 on IMDb with a 50% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
What was the second one's Rotten Tomatoes?
The second one's Rotten Tomatoes was
54% or something?
55.
55. Okay, so I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
The first one was the worst. Yes, objectively, or like by the metrics.
Yes. It was a 5.4 with a 37%.
That's brutal. I'm gonna go Gods of Egypt, G.I. Joe, Monster in Law.
That was mine.
In that order.
Yeah.
In that order?
So switch Monster-in-Law and G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe's the highest rated one?
G.I. Joe is the highest.
Yeah!
Well, it's the
Well, it's
highest.
the yeah, not the highest.
Highest
Rotten Tomatoes.
IMDb.
Yeah. But it's only off by like 5%.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it is.
That's funny.
Okay.
Well, it's also only off by.
Damn, Gods of
0.1.
Egypt squarely in last.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. The prompt was garbage movies, guys.
Guys. That's what I said at the beginning of when we started up G.I. Joe or whatever. I was like, I'm going to be honest, I don't remember a ton about this movie. And I was like, and it's either going to be so much better than I remember it being, such that I will feel bad because I don't feel like it fits the category anymore.
No,
Or-
I felt like it fit the
Oh,
category.
I think it
pretty
did.
well.
But yeah, or I was like, or it'll be worse than I remember. And I'll feel so good about choosing it. And I felt good. I felt good about choosing it. I did.
So, what was y'all's favorite part in Monster-in-Law? You said
right.
Wanda Sykes.
Yeah, well, she's amazing in general, but I just love that whole, like, almond gravy thing. Like,
Okay.
the whole bit, I think is so
The
funny, and
almond
it cracks
gravy
me up
scene
every time.
Goes crazy.
Because they're, like, literally wrestling over
It's true. It does go crazy.
over the nuts, and then she's like, I'm gonna tell Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's the Wanda Sykes with the gun. You don't need a gun.
Yeah.
I don't need a gun.
What was your favorite part, Justin?
I think the grandma showing up.
Yeah.
She slays that scene. Yeah, I think it eats. It's very funny.
Drinking wine from a box.
From a box. It's very funny.
Least favorite part.
Least favorite part, probably at the beginning when Jane Fonda's not really in it yet. When he like the whole like finding him on the beach and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like it's not very entertaining.
The little like montage of
Yeah.
how busy she is. There's no way she affords a loft on Venice Beach as a temp.
I'm working like 5 different jobs. Like
She's a temp.
she's a
She
temp.
No way.
I mean, this is a friends discussion. Like, are they affording that?
Yeah, that's valid.
I don't think so.
I don't know my least favorite part. What was your least favorite part, Justin? Do you have one?
I don't know. Probably
You know,
just what?
I was gonna say you just didn't like the whole like party thing where she was being.
Oh, I did think that was utterly ridiculous, and that it's the most oblivious, like
Yeah.
the most naive that in the world. I feel like. But I guess as an extension of that, I just feel like my least favorite part probably just is J-Lo in the movie. I just feel like she's the weakest link in the movie.
Yeah.
Fair. I
I'd
mean,
say
Jane
the same
Fonda
for-
is just
for
amazing.
Kevin.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Jane Fonda did great.
Yeah, she
love
eats
her.
that
Yeah,
movie up. She
They
gives
had
her
a great time
she
with
gives her
that movie,
whole
I'm
self
sure.
to that.
Yeah.
My least favorite part...
I thought of another thing I dislike.
Oh, well,
I also thought it was so like silly and contrived when her 2 friends are like starstruck by Jane Fonda after like supposed to be on her side or whatever, and then they meet her and they're like, "Oh my god, like we love you so much. Can I get your autograph?" And like she's not that bad or whatever. And it's like, girlies and guy, stop it. Just you know whose side you're on. How are you getting starstruck by this?
But
Come
that
on.
goes a little later when they do something and J-Lo's like, no. I think it's at the dinner. She's like,
Yeah. She's like, it's like, what do you, she's like, what are you supposed to do? Not talk to her?
I also
no, I figured out my least favorite part. Go ahead.
I also think it's so funny that after she like essentially poisons her with the almonds, they're like, she wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that is what it's just
like,
never resolved. It's never talked about again.
Anyway.
She's like, no. Anyway, let's keep it.
I don't like Fiona. The parts with her where she's like creeping in, because I feel like that should have been shut down pretty quicker.
Oh yeah, well
But I also get it, like that's her choice for him. But like,
It's all the whole movie is contrived.
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
movie
It's
is
all-
built
it's
on,
all-
on a house of cards.
yeah.
great movie.
It is funny though. I was gonna say something else too. Oh, and then especially in the early parts with Jane Fonda, I was like, you know what this is giving me vibes of? Sunset Boulevard, because she's
Really?
like aging like out of her thing, and she's like,
Oh,
they've
yeah.
cast me to the wayside. And she's like, no one even remembers me, and she's
I think
so
I thought
like
that
dramatic.
at one point.
Yeah.
And then I switched to like a Bride Wars
Yeah.
vibe.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
You know what my actual least favorite part is?
What's your least favorite part?
When Jane Fonda first meets J-Lo and then he proposes. Like that whole
That is crazy.
So, no, yeah,
It is.
Well, that's also... I literally wrote in my notes, I was like, and yet, not the weirdest proposal in one of our movies. Because going to G.I. Joe, the scene
Yeah.
where he like proposes, I was like, the weirdest and like least sincere proposal.
It's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
he said, "Hey, I'm getting deployed."
Yeah.
And he was like, also about to leave for a long time. Maybe
And she's
die.
also like, on one condition.
Yeah.
She's like,
You don't let my brother die.
he's like, oh. Anyway.
Anything else on Monster-in-Law?
No, I think it's a classic.
It was good.
It's good. It
was
is
good.
honestly enjoyable. It's watchable. It's watchable garbage.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
can see how
important.
You have to embrace.
Are you implying that other movies weren't watchable?
Yes. That's not true. That's not true.
Because you watched
We
it.
watched them.
I feel that way.
We should-
I will not watch them again.
She said, but
Either-
I'll watch Monster Law tomorrow.
both G.I. Joe and Gods of
Yep.
Egypt. Probably never again.
Yep.
I was like, so I gave Monster-in-Law a 5 because I was like, I probably won't watch it ever again, but like, I'm not upset that I watched it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. But G.I. Joe, what'd you think?
Oh, on to G.I. Joe, baby. Woo! This shit, my childhood.
2009.
The bulk,
apparently.
the bulk of the times I've seen this movie were definitely between the ages of like whenever it came out, which I would have been like
11.
something like that, and like 15. So
Yeah, it was like probably peak
it's peak
little boy.
It's peak young boy.
I think I saw
movie.
it in theaters when it came out with my dad.
Like I'm not, and we even said this while we were watching it. I was like, little, like younger me, eat this shit up. Like this is peak. Like, did you see that they just blew up the fucking thing with a pulse beam? Like,
Well, I remember being disappointed with Dad in the theater, being like, it was okay. A lot of explosions. My little 11-year-old like
theater
movie
child.
critique.
Yeah.
You're like, actually, not the type of couture art that I prefer.
I'm gonna go home and watch Sunset Boulevard.
Dad, can we put on
Psycho.
Psycho again? I was born in the
Stop.
wrong generation.
I actually didn't watch Psycho until I was well into my teens.
Well, that's probably good.
Because I was
He's a serial killer.
quite a scared child. I was scared of everything.
Me too.
Roller coasters.
Understandable.
Outside.
Grass.
Grass. Yeah, G.I. Joe. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I did enjoy watching it though. I'm gonna be honest. It's not as good as Monster-in-Law.
I mean,
wouldn't
I
rate it as highly, but-
rewatched it multiple times. I'll just be like, it's a boom boom beat 'em up explosion
It is.
kind
And you
of
know,
movie.
well, here right off the bat, we talked about this when we watched it. What I think the biggest problem with the movie is that I think it tries to take itself too seriously.
Well, that's what I was
It's trying
thinking.
to tell like a weirdly mature or like serious story, and it's like, dog,
But-
this is G.I. Joe.
But the beginning is he's like, I'm going to control all of war for all of my generations.
like it
Clan
misses, it just
McCullen.
misses it. Yeah, it could have been so like
Yeah.
ironic, satire-y, like
Yeah.
funny, goofy, and instead it takes itself just a little too seriously. And it's like, dog, you're shooting like pulse beams out of a flying quadricopter thing. Like maybe just do that more.
Yeah. No, I got that vibe.
My biggest critique
Nah, go ahead.
is that nobody's name was Joe.
There needs to be at least one.
Yeah.
She was so disappointed.
I literally was like,
Which one
Channing
is he?
Tatum, G.I. Joe, I assume, because he's the main character.
G.I. Joe.
And then it was just like, nope, the whole team is G.I.
Yeah, it was like,
Joe.
welcome
Yeah.
to the Joes. You're
Well,
all Joes. And
I
it's
think
like,
I had the G.I. Joe Duke guy, and I broke his arm off, and I was like, he lost it in the war. But he had this big scar on his eye. I don't know where that thing is.
don't know where that went.
No, but
Yeah, apparently a big disappointment,
I
I
was very
guess. That there is
disappointed
not
in
a
that.
singular Joe in the movie.
and then after that, it was just downhill.
You didn't like it?
Just after that great
I
disappointment.
put it at the bottom of the three.
Wow.
Really? Past Gods of Egypt.
Gods of Egypt.
Which we all know Justin hated, apparently.
Was I right, though?
I mean,
Yeah, I was right in the ranking. So
sometimes I like it.
I think I struggled to embrace it as garbage because it was trying so hard.
it does try weird.
It does-
It takes a lot.
Because there were moments where I was like, okay, that could be compelling. But then you're telling me that Joseph Gordon-Levitt flipped his entire psyche on a dime
Because of some
because
science.
he saw a 6-second video of a guy getting his face burned off. And you're telling me you're going to get rid of everything, including the loving sister that you have, to then enslave her. And it just made no sense.
It's
Well-
ludicrous. But you didn't see that coming, though, did you? You didn't see that
no,
twist coming.
because the whole time I was like, this guy obviously is like, we're gonna learn his backstory and stuff.
Evil mad scientist.
But then he revealed that he was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Also,
and I-
great makeup job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did
totally
not-
unrecognizable.
I did not know it was him.
Even after he takes the mask off, you're like,
Yeah.
Joseph?
Well, he did that, and then I looked at Justin and I was like, are you kidding me?
no, I know.
Are you for real right now?
And it was so funny because we were watching and because all throughout the movie they're giving like glimpses of like Anna or whatever and how like she's like slowly like she's like remembering the good stuff or
Yeah,
whatever.
she's, like, flashing
and,
back.
Yeah, and, and I just remember Brittany being like, yeah, I don't think there's anything they can do that will make me like her because she's done awful things or whatever. And I was like, I don't know.
I like her. I like
And
her
they
like,
through the whole
literally
movie
are like, oh, actually.
until the end.
Actually, she was just really enslaved.
Yeah,
Like, just
and I was
completely
like,
mind
are you
controlled.
I
kidding me?
don't like that. I don't like that part. I don't like that they made her brainwashed. I wanted her to just
you
like.
just wanted her to be like a badass
Yeah.
and like revenge. I'm an evil person now.
Yeah,
and see
'cause-
that would have been.
But like the whole time she's like, she like kisses her husband and then the guy kills him, and he's like, I told you I'd kill him if he touched you again, and she's like, I heard you the first
That's a cold
time.
ass line.
That's
it's
not
cold.
brainwash material.
I know, like who brainwashed
That's
you to
like
do
Why
that?
I was so
scorn
annoyed because I was
badass.
like, she is like an awful person. So there's no redeemable motive for her to be doing these things. And then it was like, oh, actually, she's just brainwashed.
To be fair, if my brother died and then my fiance just
Up and left. What the fuck, Duke?
I'd probably be
Yeah,
like,
terrible main character.
Terrible dude.
snap on you too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And
Ooh, that's such a
And
cold
then they
line.
took that all away when they were like, nope, she's just brainwashed.
Yeah, and actually,
Yeah,
she still really loves him deep down. It's like,
and like
No one's overcome the programming before.
I just thought it was. I
know how
also
she
couldn't
did
get
that.
over the fact that like baby Snake Eyes or whatever was
Oh, yeah.
the kid from Kicking
From
It
Kicking
on
It.
Disney Channel.
big martial artist. He is. I land on my phone, which is right here. It's just so birded.
Yeah, you tell it.
That
Oh,
Wait.
I was gonna tell the story
Oh,
of
go
the
for it.
what just happened.
make it make sense.
Brittany and Justin went to the arcade the other day, and they got like 7,000 tickets, and got a sticky
It's a splat pig.
a splat pig
Know
that
your
they
lore.
threw on the ceiling for whenever it would fall down, and it just fell.
Yeah, it
right
just fell. Scared the shit.
On
out of me.
Justin's
Justin.
crotch.
Scared the shit out of me. So now we put it back up.
it probably would have hurt if your
As
phone
God
wasn't
intended.
there. Oh,
Oh. Okay,
That's
well that's fine there.
She loose.
It's not gonna. It's gonna drop right in my cup.
Splat.
but yeah, I think like there were moments like at the beginning I couldn't take the Scottish Irish guy seriously.
Clon
But then they
McCullen.
like
Yeah.
I thought they were like burning his face, so I was like, well, that's kind of serious actually. Like,
But how's he gonna eat with that mask?
Right. So I was like, okay, like that's fine. But like like so there were moments where I was like, okay, it could be
it's
good.
him. Oh.
And
yeah,
then-
some part of me remembered. I think that it was like him who died and was the scientist guy. So I didn't make that connection.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just annoyed by Channing Tatum's character, the fact that he literally just like abandoned his fiance.
And it's he sums it up with one
Yeah.
sentence where he's just like, "I'm sorry, I just couldn't face you after." And it's like, "That's it."
And then like I just couldn't get over the tropes. Like the only two female characters.
Oh, I know.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I couldn't get over that.
It is not progressive. It's not
So-
a progressive movie.
So when you were talking about like it just takes itself too seriously, that is immediately what I thought of when she's like, "Hey, have you ever tried to read, much less a textbook, but any book on a treadmill? Like you're just
First of all,
you're going up and down so
impossible,
much
yeah.
you can't keep
Second
your
of
eyes
all,
straight."
no girl runs with her hair down
Yeah.
at the gym.
She had a ponytail up, didn't she?
Nope. It was down.
Really?
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was down because I was angry.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
But then that whole time she's like, "I actually don't believe emotions exist."
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
And she's like, "It's a purely emotional
And
reaction. I don't."
she's
know."
like, "I
And
don't
it's
believe in anything
oh.
you can't
There were
prove."
just so many things that I just like could not get over. Like when he was like, "I've flown a crop duster," and then he literally takes a jet into space.
He's like, "I can fly
and
anything."
is like shooting
I can
down
fly anything.
the
But so what?
missiles, and I'm just like, okay,
He was applying to get into the Air Force.
yeah, and like, but then there were moments like I thought it was a good idea when they like caught the one like guy who was nanomited, and then they like burned him or whatever. Like they nanomited him away so he couldn't like talk to them.
Oh yeah.
Like, I
When
thought
he
that was
put the
cool.
giant needles in his head to read the electric signals that were still firing in his dead
Oh,
brain.
yeah. See, then
And
it does shit
convert
like
them
that, and
into
it's like-
images.
and it's like, guys, this is goofy. Just acknowledge that it's
Yeah.
goofy.
You're
But
going
they're
into
like,
this
"Isn't it
hardcore
clear?"
science thing, and then we don't need to talk about the ice, but all the ice in the end is sinking, and that makes no sense.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, just like things that I couldn't get over.
Oh my god! And there's that part. It's actually infuriating to me when he's like, I don't know how to shoot it. I don't know how to shoot. He's in the plane. He's like, I don't know how to shoot the
Yeah.
rocket or whatever. She's like, it's probably Celtic for fire. Tahane. it's like, oh my god, dude, this is the most
It's
bullshit
probably voice
movie.
activated.
It's voice activated guns. On my life.
And then
This movie makes it so hard to enjoy.
when Channing Tatum was like in the ship with the lady and
Yeah.
and they were like chasing after the bad guys, right? And he's like, "What we doing?" And she goes like, "Go get him." And then he's like, "Good girl."
Oh yeah. He's like, that's my girl. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man.
Like, no.
Don't do that.
And
it's so weird.
Just all those things I couldn't get over, like the one-liners and everything. And
So Dennis Quaid only had that role for the one-liners. There's
Yes.
literally a shot where he like turns to face camera and he's like, "Release the fire the Hawks. Yeah,
Yeah.
really, or
Oh,
like,
yeah, so release the sharks.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah,
'cause
yeah,
they're-
yeah,
the
yeah.
subs are called sharks.
and that's it.
That's it.
And I wrote down, well, Dennis Quaid
Also-
has one-liners.
Yeah.
Period.
And one huge thing that I kept saying at the end of the movie was that I was like, all of this is happening. They have freaking manta ray submarines, blah blah blah. They're infiltrating this place. They're so good, but they couldn't defend their own.
Couldn't defend their
yeah.
own base.
Like-
they
In the
get
desert.
run up on.
Yeah. And I was just like, this, like, it just makes no sense. But I guess you have
None
to
of the movie
embrace
does.
garbage,
Yeah,
but
none
I
of the
can't-
movie does.
I couldn't embrace the garbage because I don't think it wanted to be garbage.
I will say that I think the concept of nanomites is cool
It's
as
kinda
like
cool.
a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they eat through anything. But then apparently, I feel like as they disperse, they should get thinner, not denser as they get further. Like you can't, anyway.
Okay, bringing science to my magic movie.
Listen, I'm
I also
sorry.
just couldn't get over like
I just couldn't.
Doctor Who and the
My Lady of the Lock. It's like, dude, stop. It's like, we get it, you're fucking Scottish or whatever. Stop.
They really play it up,
they really
but
do.
also are trying to be so serious, which I think is where they kind of shoot themselves.
Yeah.
But
Like, it could have been so cool.
I give
the
it-
exosuits are cool.
I give it a 3 out of 10.
a 3 out of 10. I give it a 4 out of 10.
I'll give it a 4 out of 10, I think.
You're gonna go higher with your
No.
face.
What's your favorite part, Brittany?
My favorite part.
Yeah.
There was a part that I actually laughed at. I don't remember what it was though.
That's how you know a movie's good, folks. I don't remember what the one part I left at was.
I think it was
don't know.
something that what's his face said. What's his name? The guy from White Chicks.
Oh, Damian Wayans?
It was something
Or is
he
it Marlon
said.
Wayans? I think it's Marlon Wayans.
Oh, it was when they're in the suits. And he was like, I jumped
Oh.
over the train. And he was like, you
Yeah.
can do that?
You can do that? He's like, I told you to read that manual.
He's like, there's a manual?
Like, that is
Marlon
funny.
Wayans.
Yeah, it's Marlon Wayans, I think.
Yeah, so I thought that part was
That
funny.
is funny. There are a few funny parts.
I think his lines were the only thing that made me laugh, though.
Yeah, he's the comic relief character.
I like the Brendan Fraser cameo. I don't know why.
I do too, because he
It was
doesn't do
surprising.
anything. He
Yeah.
says, like, he has a one
There
line.
Joes.
Yeah, he says, there Joes. And that's all he says.
Or he's
They're
like,
like-
you're gonna want that helmet.
Oh, yeah. He's not even like, his camera's not even on him when he says that. You just hear it from, like, the
yeah.
background. You're gonna want that helmet.
And he's
It's
like,
ridiculous.
again.
Ooh, Snake Eyes, though? That's my favorite
So
part.
my
That's
favorite part
of
is
the movie.
also the end fight with Snake Eyes. Like even okay,
Some
so
of the fight choreo kind of goes hard.
well, I thought that's how I remember it, and then I was like, but then again, it's like, it's good, but like not great choreography.
It's true.
I thought Snake Eyes looked goofy.
I didn't know that is the actor who plays Darth Maul.
Really? I didn't know that either. That's cool. Which also, I think I said this while we watched it. Isn't that whole like last fight between Storm Shadow, like, isn't that pretty? Am I misremembering? Like, isn't that pretty Star Wars? Because doesn't Luke fight Darth Vader in a scene that looks very similar? Because they're in like the control
that,
room,
and
falls
then-
down the
Yeah,
shaft, or
yeah.
whatever. It's like
There's
this
also like
feels
when they're
very
in the
Star Wars.
ship and he's like, go shoot them, and she's like, "Woo," and like has the guns in the back.
Oh
of
yeah,
the
and it's
ship,
like
she's
this is
like-
Star Wars.
Oh, yeah,
this is
yeah,
giving
yeah.
very. It's like
I also didn't understand why she did that. Went back to her seat, and they were continuing to get shot at, and she was like,
and
oh,
she just
no.
stopped firing, yeah. And she was like, ran out of ammo, I guess. And my ultra powerful laser cannon thing, that's futuristic, runs out of ammo, I guess. It's
Anyway.
silly.
Yeah, my favorite part was this like Snake Eye Storm Shadow fight scene.
It is pretty.
In the
It
end.
is pretty neat. There are some lines that go hard. I think the line she said, the one you talked about, goes really hard. Where she like kisses him, he dies or whatever.
Oh,
Because you
yeah.
expect her to be like, oh, like how could you do that? And she's like, bitch, I know. And
That's
it's like,
why
that
do you
is
think I
hard.
kissed him?
That is hard.
I feel so bad for that.
Yeah, poor himbo.
too.
Poor himbo
Like,
scientist
he's
French guy.
just a baron.
Yeah.
My baroness, you know, where have you been, honey? Whatever. And she's like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, okay. It is, you know, it's kind of funny.
yeah. It's a
It's not very
My
good.
least
though.
favorite part is where they made her brainwashed, and she wasn't as badass as I
Compelling.
thought.
Yeah, it's compelling while she was like that.
I also just couldn't watch the like face moving things. Like,
There's a weird amount of facial
Yeah,
gore
apologies,
in this
potion
movie.
animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's like 6 different scenes where
'cause
someone's face is getting like
the guy who's like, he's like one of the guys who always plays a bad guy, and
Master of Disguise guy.
yeah, what's his name? Zoila.
Yeah,
some
in the movie
weird
Zartan.
Name. Zartan.
And it's like, okay, and you're telling me that's not Goofy? Come on, dude.
Destro and Zartan.
Zartan.
I also thought it was hilarious when he was about to get injected and he was like, "But I'm keeping my own brain."
Yeah.
He smashes
Yeah,
the
he's like, "I'll
chip
be in
or
control of my
whatever.
own
It's like, is that what that does?
And he's like, oh, and y'all are just gonna let him do this?
Yeah.
I do think there's some kind of cool stuff with the disguise stuff
Yeah,
or whatever.
I mean,
Because it's
I
like a
think-
recurring thing that keeps
Is that
showing
set-
up.
That sets up in the sequel.
Yeah, I
thing?
think.
I haven't
I've only
seen the
seen the sequel once.
I haven't seen the
We
sequel.
I don't
watched the
remember a lot about
trailer,
it.
And what's his name? Bruce Willis? Mm-hmm. His name is Joe.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure he is the Joe.
He says, "You can call me Joe."
He's the original Joe. Like founded the program type
Well, there
thing.
you go, Brittany.
Yeah.
There's
You
your
have
But
closure.
I needed it in this one.
Invalid.
I needed it.
Your feelings don't matter.
Least favorite part.
Oh, least favorite part? Everything else. I guess it could just be summed up with like the tropisms of it all.
Yeah,
Like it
it's
just
pretty
leans so
tropey.
heavy into like the I'm a girl, I'm a badass or whatever, and I'm really smart. And I actually don't form emotional connections, and like just like a bunch of stuff like that. And it's just so silly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, who made the record? He's like, Snake
She's like-
Eyes. She's like, me.
Well, it was me. If you want to hit something about like better
Some
not
targets
miss,
are
or
a piece
harder
of
to hit than
advice.
others.
Yeah, some
and it's
targets
like,
are harder to hit than this. Because he was talking about like once I see something in my sights,
yeah.
or like once I get a target in my sights, I always get it.
yeah,
or
don't
something.
miss or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
She's like, well, some targets are harder to hit than others. It's like,
I do like that cool suit with the invisible suit.
oh, the invisible camo thing. See, they're
Yeah,
like cool
that's in it for 2
things.
seconds.
Yeah.
Where she's literally getting choked out by the woman
And then
by a chain,
decides- we
and
talked
then
about
literally
this.
is like, I don't want this around my neck anymore, and like lifts it up.
And then decides to activate her camo suit, and it's like the one you had the whole time. You didn't
Yeah.
lead with that.
That's my least favorite part was them fighting and then like, because they can't have 2 women.
Ooh, skill me.
Cal Filligan.
It's a pig.
It's a pig.
Get
Oink.
it right.
Sorry.
Anyway, I think that's my least favorite part. Well, I guess that whole like infantry thing, because I'm like,
What?
y'all are supposed to be so good. like
Them getting
nobody
waxed.
knew-
Yeah,
yeah.
their
Like
own
this
base.
is a top secret.
Yeah.
They just literally, I think it was the scene prior when they're like, he's like, I want in,
Yeah.
and he like blackmails his way onto the GI Joe.
Basically, like I know info, and instead of like
he gives them
torturing
a name
him or interrogate or
He's
anything
like,
else.
I can give you everything about her except for the last 4 years, obviously. And it's like, well, I think that's probably the part that
I
matters.
feel like that's the point they care about.
I feel like yeah.
She clearly was not the same person.
But I was annoyed by the 2 women fighting each other instead of like,
Yeah.
actually making a difference in their own fights.
Yeah.
And then like the one girl was like devastated. She's never lost before. And she like was bruised up, and then he
Oh,
came
yeah.
in and he was like, "Are you okay?"
You
She's
okay?
like, "Don't look at me like this." I just couldn't.
It's
Like,
ridiculous. It is
all
ridiculous.
Of it, I was over, and I just like hate women that are written by men. I just couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, well,
It's a
as
little
in a
painful to
movie that
watch.
is like purely male service, I
Yes.
feel.
Oh, yeah. They're like, well, we got cool guns.
Yeah.
We got attractive women.
Yeah, we got robot suits.
We got robots
We got explosions.
in space. Have you considered that? We've got subs underwater and jets that go to supersonic. You considered?
We got Channing Tatum
We got
and
a
Brendan
minigun
Fraser.
on my arm. Very Iron Man, because
Yeah.
they're like M.3 minigun on your arm or whatever, and it's the
He's
Iron
like my
Man 2
personal
scene.
favorite.
Yeah, it's very Iron Man 2, where he's like, "This is my
Coup de
baby,
Creole.
my
This is the ex-wife."
my ex-wife." I call it the ex-wife. Yeah, not very good, but kind of fun sometimes. There you go.
I
That's
will
my review.
say, I think so. If this is like male service, and Barbie is like women's service, I feel like Barbie is a much better movie, and like
Oh yeah,
have purpose behind
Yes.
what it's saying rather than
Listen,
Perpetuating
I could talk for ages
the
about that,
male
but-
service of G.I. Joe.
yeah. It's not very good. It's not, but that's okay.
Yeah.
They can't all be winners.
They
you
can't all
know?
be winners.
They can't all be Oscar worthy. Anyway, let's move on. Oh wait, do we all talk about her? You talk
Gods
about
of
your least
Egypt.
favorite part?
Oh, I don't like when they made the woman not a badass anymore.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's what you said. Yeah. Okay.
Because
Anyway,
I just want people to be. I just want bad guys to be bad guys.
it's true.
They don't all have to have redemption arcs, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. She's like, actually, she didn't even know what she was doing, and it's like, oh, well, now I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's like she was so cool.
Yeah.
She had all the best like lines and stuff. Anyway.
So anyway,
Gods of Egypt.
Gods of Egypt.
Gods of Egypt. my first line of my notes is, I think I just put this on sometimes because I enjoy Egyptian mythology. So fun fact about me, I enjoy Egyptian mythology. Not necessarily this movie. I remember being so excited for it and then watching it and being like, well, that wasn't good.
Well, this was not as good as I hoped.
Yeah.
Wait, I have notes for this.
Disappointment is the word that comes to mind.
Yeah.
I don't have like notes. It's just like little points that I wrote. So I'm just gonna read them all to you. Okay.
Go ahead.
And for the record, I only did this halfway through. Like I
that
stopped
you-
after.
After.
half.
Okay.
She was so engrossed by its story, you see.
Right.
Well, I started with Prince of Egypt because it was very much giving.
Oh, it does
slavery
give.
and
It does
stuff.
give Prince of Egypt.
And the building and
Right.
early on. It also gives Prince of Persia.
and I said there's a lot of white people.
They all have British accents.
They're all British
They're
white
all
people,
British.
except for Brendan Thwaites, who's Australian, I
They
think.
were not. Yeah, they were not all.
Which is off-brand
white.
British.
Chadwick Boseman was there. Also, I think we looked it up. The
Australia's off-brand
lady
British.
who plays
Yeah,
the
Australian
lady
is
who plays
off-brand
the
British.
love god. She's
Heather.
French.
Oh, she's like French,
She's so pretty.
Vietnamese, or something.
All,
like
there's
that.
no non-attract. There's no ugly people in this
Oh,
movie.
yeah, they're also the hottest people you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know why. What's the villain's name? The actor.
Oh, Gerard Butler.
I
Yeah,
do not like him
in anything.
in anything. I don't find him compelling at all. So like that was a down like thing for me.
Well, I get what in the beginning when he's introduced, I got like Hercules vibes, where it's like, oh, how sentimental.
Yeah.
And it's just like
Yeah.
walking up. But aside from that,
And then Justin made a comment. I put dubbed over voices? Question mark.
Oh, yeah. That was just a comment that I had.
well,
It was just about like the movie sounded weird sometimes, and sometimes characters would be talking, and it sounded like they were redubbing the audio, like they did like what's it called, like ADR or whatever, like post adding voices in.
yeah.
Like it just kind of sounded like the voices were not coming from them, like
I
it was
get
coming
that.
from a computer.
that makes me think of. I always think about when anyone talks about that. I think of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, where Hermione says
Yeah.
something. No. It's the Goblet of Fire, where she's like, she gets a French accent randomly.
Oh,
The
I know what you're talking about.
Grindylows or
Yes,
something, yeah.
the Grindylows. And I'm like, why are you saying it like that?
you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know, there were just parts of the movie where I was like, this feels like this was recorded like when they were in the studio in a booth, and then they put it over this
They put
footage
it
of them on
over
set,
the-
type
the
of thing.
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. So I
It's
just
a
wrote
small
that down.
thing.
And then my next one is Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, surprise, Chadwick
He
Boseman.
just showed up out of nowhere. Flat Earth.
Yeah.
Canonically flat Earth.
Oh, and then we were talking about movie budget, and I looked it up, and it was 140 million to make, and they made
like
150
it-
million.
Yeah, it made like
Which I do not think constitutes a success in the movie world. Like
I agreed.
No.
I thought about doing that in our little game, but I was like,
flop movies or whatever.
yeah,
Sure.
that can be a
And
different
then
category.
my last one, and then I stopped is Cloudworm? Question mark.
Cloudworm.
Which I thought was the best, the best special effects. I was like, so the Cloudworm looks the best because some of the earlier fights, I was like, this is like not
Some
hitting
of them
right.
are rough.
But like I think they spent some money on their fluid simulations for that one, and like some of the sand blowing and stuff.
I had a comment that in general, I think actually the effects in the movie look
Like,
really good
it's not-
for how heavy they lean on them, for
Yeah,
how
they-
in every single shot in the movie
That
there's
is
CGI.
Definitely, it is leaned on heavily.
But there are definitely times where I'm like, ooh, they
Yeah.
ran out of budget on this one. When
Yep.
he fights the
the
Minotaur
bull guy.
monster.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking
Okay,
too.
on like a waterfall or whatever. I was like, ooh, this is video game cutscene territory
Yeah.
we're in right
Yep.
now. Ooh,
It wasn't great. I also struggled anytime they had like his human head on like the metal body.
It suffers from the Hulk
I have a
thing,
problem
yeah.
with the design of them in their like other forms.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do they look like a robot? They should be like animals. Like they talk in the beginning how they're animals.
Yeah.
And even, well, yeah,
And
just
now
their,
they're just like robots where they're like taking out part of their brain and their eyeballs and stuff. And it's like,
and yeah, just their like other form in general, it just did not look good. It was like very shiny, metallic. I was like, this just doesn't look real. It just looks CG.
yeah, I wanted it to be more animalistic. And then if they did everything, I feel like it would have been like just kind of darker toned in general.
It's
which
super
I think,
saturated movie too.
yeah,
Like it's very like
it's they're going for like a Clash of Titans, Wrath of Titans
very
thing, but Egyptian. But it's like not
Not
as
hitting
dark.
quite right,
It's
yeah.
not as dark, which I think helps.
But in general, I did think it looked okay. Like it, I wasn't in general like these effects fucking suck.
Yeah,
yeah. There were just moments where I thought they sucked.
mid effects.
Mid effects,
Good and bad.
good and bad. Yeah, I think the first word that comes to my mind when I think of this movie is flop.
Yeah, like
It's
I
a
said,
high budget movie that
Like,
isn't good.
it's
Like
just
at least when I see well, I guess G.I. Joe's probably kind of a high budget movie too. But like at least when I see G.I. Joe, I'm like I don't know. It just feels different. Like this feels like we're gonna spend a bunch of money. We're getting big names in this Egyptian, mythology movie with special effects and everything, and then it's just bad.
Yeah.
And then it's just not good.
I will say G.I. Joe
I'm sure
has
the budget was
like,
higher for G.I. Joe.
It was.
Of course it was. It probably made more money too.
It was 175. Let me see how much.
I bet it made gangbusters. People love G.I. Joe.
Well, I was about to say there's also like a pre-established
There's a brand.
brand wasn't the word I was going for. What's the I mean, yeah, brand behind it. So it's like, oh,
IP? Is that what
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Well, she's searching. There were other things I was going to talk about. Yeah, the whiteness did get to me a little bit. I was just like, well, it's specifically the Britishness of it all. I was
Yeah.
just like, we're just not even trying.
We're not. We weren't.
Okay. G.I. Joe, so their budget was 175.
Right.
They made 302.
Ooh, that's nice.
And people came just for the title. It's called G.I. Joe. Come on, the movie. Yeah, it did get to me a little bit. I was just like, damn, they really drug. I can't even say his name. Nikolai Coster Waldo. Yeah, Waldo. There you go. Into this, didn't they? And they drug Gerard Butler into this, and he's not even trying for an accent or a
Chadwick
neutral accent. He
Boseman.
just sounds like Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I remember, I think your biggest critique at the end was that he kept saying this over
We'll
and
get
over.
to. Oh, never mind. Sorry. No, go ahead.
Justin was just like, which I agree. He was like, he could not defeat him with both eyes.
Oh, I was. Yeah.
And he was
I was gonna
not
say.
I got
powered at all.
so mad.
Yeah, I was
But then
gonna.
he beats him easily at the end
one
with
eye.
one eye, and he has all the other gods' powers.
Yeah. Yep.
I was gonna say this one because that was easily my biggest
Pet peeve.
critique or my
Yeah.
least favorite part.
In my
We'll get
notes,
to, but-
in my notes, I literally have like, why the heck wouldn't he like go after his other eye? He can catch him on the way down once he has both of them. And then it's like, oh, never mind. He can apparently just turn into this. He
At
can
will.
just fly.
He just
with
believed
one
harder.
eye. Yep.
He believed harder. And yeah,
Yep.
it's easily literally the most unbelievable part of this unbelievable movie to me is that Horace lost to him in the beginning of the movie or whatever.
When they were
he
on
had
equal
both
footing.
eyes, and it was an equal fight, as equal as it could be, and he lost. He got wrecked. And then this dude accumulates the Infinity Stones of Egyptian mythology, and Horace is missing an eye at half power, and he wins. I wanted to shoot myself. I was like, I can't believe this movie just tried to pull this over on me.
So
I can't believe it. Without even so much as a training montage for Horace, we see no evidence of him getting stronger or anything. He just believed more. Oh.
Also, I would have found it so much more compelling if they had left the girlfriend dead at the end.
Oh,
So-
I knew her ass was coming back too. I was like,
well, okay, I was I was like, I don't think I pay much attention to this movie when I actually watch it, because I was like, I don't actually remember what happens. I was totally expecting them to both die. I knew he died. And I was like, they both die, and they're just together forever
That was my
in
guess.
the afterlife.
Yeah.
But no, they come back.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way they let their two main characters or whatever, well, main character and love interest character, like, just die. They're not gonna do that. He's like, I will grant you this one wish.
Disappoint.
Anything. He's like, maybe you could bring back my twins? It's like, oh, dude, not world peace. You could have wished for.
You could literally lay back for all of eternity.
Just
Visit them in the
crazy.
afterlife. Like, you'll still...
Just ludicrous.
Yeah. So, it is a crazy movie.
It's pretty infuriating at times, actually. And I think that's what, like, Monster-in-Law I, like, enjoyed, at least ironically. G.I. Joe would occasionally frustrate me. Or, like, ooh, this could have been good.
It does scratch an itch for, like,
it scratches
some
an itch.
explosions.
Gods of Egypt would occasionally infuriate me. Inevitably cause me to think, why am I watching this? Ooh. There were good parts.
What was your favorite part, Justin?
I can't remember any, but I think...
Because
We're talking about the CG. The
I don't
CG's
know
not
my
bad.
favorite part.
The CG's not bad.
The CG's not bad. I don't know why Chadwick Boseman's character frustrates me, because I don't know why the freaking God of Knowledge can't answer a freaking riddle.
Yeah, you got it wrong.
Twice.
I
felt like that whole Sphinx fight was, like, kind of a trailer point.
First
But,
time it's
like,
not actually
really
ends up being a big deal.
underwhelming.
Yeah, and then like I
Really
thought it was gonna be a
underwhelming
big set
fight.
piece fight.
Like, it's just
over in-
it's just him getting, like, knocked around while...
Twice.
Yeah, well...
And it's like, why is he even going after Horus? He keeps beating Horus's ass, and it's like, he's not even the one answering your riddle, dude. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite part is.
Yeah, at least, like, let them each get a guess, and then, like, have the human who's like, oh, maybe you should think like a human. Have him answer the freaking riddle.
I don't...
Anyway.
I think I have mine.
Okay.
My favorite part, I don't even know why, I think it was just like satisfying for my brain, was the giant snakes and when they were in the crevices.
Oh, that looked good.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
The snakes were good.
The
I like
snakes
that.
looked
I
good.
had a
Because,
problem
like-
when he's running from them and they're shooting fire at him, and the fire is going everywhere except literally
classic.
where he's landing.
Yeah. And he's outrunning or keeping pace
Yeah.
with a giant fucking slithering
Yeah.
monster.
And then it made me very sad when she makes the fire
when she
snake
makes-
kill itself.
yeah,
I was like, oh.
makes it set itself on
Honestly,
fire. I
that
was
might
like,
be my
ooh.
favorite part, because I liked her as a character. I like the Hathor.
love-
Yeah,
yeah,
the love
yeah.
goddess. I like her as a character, and I kind of wish they would have explored more of her, because it was kind of like...
They pull a Mashal too, because she like tries to go fetch me some water or whatever, and she's like, "You must love someone else." Yeah. And it's like, oh, I guess that's how her power works. All right, okay.
Yeah, also she's like, I can make any man, woman, or beast do my bidding. And
Yeah.
It's like...
Unless their heart belongs to
Yeah.
another, and it's like, all right.
It's like, you're making animals do stuff? Like, that's kind of freaky, lady.
Well, also, if she can do that, why didn't she just do that to God Guy?
to
Because
set.
it doesn't work on him, I guess. I don't know. He's too powerful.
I think he mentioned something about, like, you've never been able to influence me or something.
Yes, because his
Maybe
heart belongs
he
to
doesn't.
the world. He wants the world or whatever. Yeah, the snakes were cool. The Serpent Sisters got the goods. That's what I thought of because they're.
I did feel like they were easily defeated, but I don't know why, but I just really loved like them running on the
Yeah, it is.
Over
it's a
what's
nice
like
scene.
essentially a
Snakes
maze.
were, like-
Yeah, it's cool.
like rolling over all the like crevices and they were in them and it was
Yeah.
It is kind of a
like
cool, yeah. I do think it's a neat set piece. Few and far between. Maybe that's it.
I like Raw as a character.
Raw. Oh,
The guy on the ship.
the other British guy, another what's his name? Jeffrey.
He
Jeffrey
played-
Rush.
He was in Pirates of the
He's
Caribbean.
Barbosa.
Captain Barbosa.
Jeffrey Rush.
Which,
I think.
thinking about it, he and Brenton Thwaites were in the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean
Weird
movie
connection.
together. I wonder if that's
Coincidence.
Coincidence? Yeah, I like to think they see
let's
each other.
work together
Yeah,
again.
I like to think they see each other on set and they're like,
We don't talk about that one movie
Oh,
we were
yeah,
in
yeah,
together.
At World's End or what? I don't know what the 5th one is.
Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Ooh, sure.
It's the one with the Spanish ghost.
Sure. I
Whose
believe
ship
you.
goes like. "Arr, arr, arr." It does. It goes,
Oh,
"Arr,
ship goes.
like Pac-Man.
That got me, man.
What's my favorite part?
I don't know. I don't even like any of the actors really. I don't like any of their performances very much.
Like the chick, the love lady.
Yeah, I mean she does good. She's fine, but I don't think of her like performance and I'm like she stole that movie. Like she was good. Like she was the good part of that movie.
I feel like she was the.
She was maybe the best part. Yeah.
I think she was. I think she did great with what she was given.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like they all did. I feel like specifically Brenton Thwaites, who, like, I think I've said this before. I like the idea of all of his movies. Like, I like the idea of this movie. I like Egyptian mythology. Like, it's a cool idea. It's just not implemented well. I like the idea of the fifth Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I just don't think it was implemented well. So, like,
He's got
I
a bad
feel like
luck.
he,
He's
like,
a bad
just,
luck
yeah,
streak.
it's just, I want to like you, Britain.
But you're making it so hard.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're just choosing the wrong things.
Yeah, maybe she's the best part. I forget her name even.
I think my favorite part is the beginning where they do fight on like as even of a playing field as possible.
Yeah, that's kind of neat, I
Like-
guess.
When they're just like, no, I'm gonna go God mode and we're gonna fight another God mode. That like scratches my like
Sure.
combat itch.
Oh, I remember there being a part in that beginning fight that really frustrated me too, though.
When
I
he's
think it's-
like,
I think
don't
it's
you
because-
ever-
About your favorite part.
I think it's
Don't you
because
ever
he gets hurt or something after falling.
Well, I don't like that he's like, I hear you never miss, and then he misses. Because he shines a light in his eye or something. When it's
Yeah.
like, apparently his eyes are made of light.
Yeah.
How does that work? Riddle me this.
Going.
What just happened? Maybe my favorite part is the giant beetles that they also just kind of like casually
Oh
sprinkle
yeah.
in.
Well, it had Gerard
As
on
like
the screen.
transport.
Yeah.
It had Gerard on the screen, and I was like, "Are those beetles?"
In the background, and they're not even in. They're barely in frame.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yes, they are."
Yeah. It reminded me of Dune, because in Dune there's like that creature in the first one, that like spider creature who's in House Harkonnen
that
or
like
whatever.
it like eats things.
Yeah, and she's like, "Go," or whatever.
And-
I'm doomed in.
I'm doomed in. And it reminded me of that because like they're not important to the scene. Why are they there? But
Yeah.
it's just there. And look at it. Look at it. That's what it reminded me of. Maybe it's the Beatles. Beatles are my favorite part canonically. I kind of like the traps. Nope, that's a lie. I don't even like the traps.
See, I thought that too. I was
They're
like,
easily
maybe I like the
defeated.
part where he's like sneaking in,
They're
like
easily,
the heisty part.
yeah, the
but,
heisty bit.
but
it's not even good.
That satisfying, no.
I don't think it's even that good. And half the traps he beats just by being fast.
Yeah, well, that's his whole thing.
He's a speedy little guy. He's a
He's
quick,
tiny.
but he's still a human. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't
I
make
don't
any sense.
Also, my biggest thing: how come an architect is such a good shot with a bow and arrow from such a long distance?
Snipes harass.
Like literally straight to the heart.
That's what I think I said that while we were watching it. I was like, oh, he got a race. I was like, they're like 500 yards away.
Like they're running away in that chariot for a while, and then she's just like, whoosh,
But then he shoots another shot and it goes like,
Yeah.
it's like not even close. And I'm like, all
and
right.
then she dies. She's dead.
She dies.
She's dead.
She's
and
dead.
he's like, wait here, and like
Yeah.
goes to get Horace, and it's like, bro,
I also was annoyed meeting him
She's
because,
dead.
like,
mourn a little bit. Like,
yeah.
care some.
I was annoyed by that meeting too because, you know, I don't know, the gods, they're supposed to be amazing, right? And then, like, he literally is, like, whooping him just because he can't see. And so I'm just like, it just felt
Yeah.
so like, oh, he's incompetent without his sight. Like, he cannot do anything, evidently.
But apparently, in the end, he can do anything.
He can do anything
Right.
if you believe.
If he just believes.
and that's important.
In a higher god, his grandfather.
And yourself more?
Yeah, don't even know.
Like, what?
Yeah. So.
And, oh, sorry.
Well, no. You go.
I was annoyed by the whole keeping the secret that he can't raise his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, he's leading him on the whole
Oh,
time or
yeah,
whatever.
And then the love lady doesn't even tell him. And she's like,
She's like.
I guess
you
she's
need
She's
to
like,
tell him.
this is
It's
wrong.
you
And he's
can-
like, yeah, and? And it's like, well, they're not making any of these characters very likable.
yeah.
Oh, it really frustrated me when they're like, he's about to like quench the fire of
Yeah.
the desert.
Oh, what a frustrating scene.
And then Seth's like, we can't do that. And he's like, what?
you can't do.
I'm gonna.
Let's hold on a second.
And like,
It's like, bro,
Even if he can't,
it
you
doesn't
still
freaking
need to
matter at that point.
end
Yeah,
this
do it.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should still defeat the bad guy, regardless of your enemy.
Otherwise-
My enemy is my friend's guy's motivation.
Yeah.
like still just he's evil. Do your job. Riff raff, street rat.
Scout.
yeah, there's a definite Aladdin vibe.
Oh,
They tried
he's
to get
very
in.
Aladdin. Yeah, he's very like, hi, I'm quick and
Agile.
I'm just a little guy and I'm a thief.
steal
You see how I stole this bracelet for you? But I'm actually a really
this
good
whole
guy.
dress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I stole a whole fucking dress. Wasn't even slick about it. He just ran fast. He still just got away by being fast. He's not even.
Least favorite part.
Oh, the whole movie. I really don't. My least favorite part is easily that Horus wins in the end, despite him literally being God.
I would agree.
Despite Seth being God. Like,
I would
not
agree.
one of the gods. Them all. God.
What is your least not favorite? How about that?
I guess I do like the lady who plays the love goddess.
I
she's
think
good.
she's my favorite part.
She is good.
I like when she's like, let me buy what's your names. Let me buy what's your names
Yeah, that was
placed
nice.
into the afterlife.
Zaya.
With my eternal
Yeah.
suffering because I'm the goddess of love. It's what I
And then
should
just
do.
gets slurped back
Yeah.
to the shadow realm, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. I think that might be my favorite part. I think she's my favorite character. I think that's my favorite part.
She's definitely the most compelling. Like, I feel like she's the most multi-layered
Yeah.
kind of character.
Even though
got a
she's
lot
like
going on.
sleeping with the bad guy
Right,
for most
exactly.
of the movie.
But it's like from
and
a
it's like,
self-preservation, like, I'm not trying to die and he'll
also like,
kill me.
that's who she is. Like, I
Yeah,
get it.
she's the love goddess.
I do wonder, what do you think her thing would be if he took her power? Because the heart was
What?
already done.
Oh, like if he extracted her.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Who had the heart?
It was
The dad.
the one, first guy killed.
Yeah.
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 Which, in my opinion, it should have been something else. It should have been his spine because that's the thing.
So I guess my answer would be your heart.
Yeah, maybe she should have been the heart. And yeah, the king guy should have been
Something
like a
else.
spine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or-
Well, the spine of Osiris is like a thing, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
You can see where I got some of my inspiration from my D&D campaign. Yeah, that's my favorite part.
I am inclined to agree. I think it's the most forgettable movie. I already have trouble remembering what exactly happened in that movie. Yeah.
So, what would you give it on a scale from 1 to 10?
3 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Also 4 out of 10.
So I think my final ranking is 6 for Monster-in-Law, 5 G.I. Joe, 4 Gods of Egypt.
Just got what order did you watch them in?
Monster-in-Law. No.
No, Gods of
Gods of
Egypt.
Egypt because it was the only one we didn't have to rent.
Yeah.
Gods of
So it
Egypt,
was
Monster-in-Law,
Monster-in-Law,
G.I. Joe.
then G.I. Joe. So we watched Gods of Egypt first.
I did Gods of Egypt, G.I. Joe, Monster-in-Law.
Nice.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
it's not good. It's
Yeah.
not good.
I mean, listen, does it fit the category?
Yes,
Question,
absolutely.
Does it fit the category?
Absolutely.
It fits the category.
And I think it's one of those movies that
Is it cake?
Will it cake? I think it's also one of those movies that frustrates me because it feels like it has it's like G.I. Joe. It feels like it has
the
potential to be really good.
It does have the potential to
They're
be really
like, we
good.
got good actors.
That's what I told you.
We've got budget. We got CG. We got Egyptian mythology. And none of it comes together.
Yeah, nope,
none of it
none
comes
of it.
together. G.I. Joe's like, we've got the IP. We've got hot people. We've got Channing Tatum. And it still isn't good. And they didn't make it good. So, tough. Monster-in-Law, they're like, J-Lo, Jane Fonda, and it's heat. It's fire.
And Will Arnett.
And Will Arnett,
Will Arnett.
hitting on minors the entire
Like,
movie.
Yeah, that was
It's a
awful.
weird subplot that doesn't even contribute to the story in
Not
any way.
at all.
It's not plot relevant
Just
Not
there.
at all.
in the slightest.
And what was the guy who played Remy? What's his name?
Oh.
I don't know. He's in like some weird razor commercial now.
Oh,
He
man.
was in
I'm
Parks and
gonna
Rec.
forget his movie. Yeah, is it Ed Helms? Nope, Ed Helms is the other
Oh wait, I didn't write it down. I didn't write this. Wait, yes I
guy. What
did.
is his name? I know it. I'll know it when I hear it. Shame. Anyway, what were you saying?
I was just listing people that were famous in it.
Oh,
Have you? Let's see. Latest greatest. Have you seen anything good? I didn't watch what I said I was going to watch. I haven't seen The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare yet.
Adam Scott. That's who it is.
I knew it was a Scott.
Yep. I didn't watch Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Oh, I said I was going to watch the Spy Family movie. I did not do that.
Yeah, we should stop listening to things we want to watch because we just don't watch. I don't even remember what I said, and I haven't seen whatever I did say. Because I know before it was the space movie with
Robert Pattinson.
with Robert Pattinson. Didn't watch
But
that, and then I
it's
said something else.
It's
and
supposed
then,
to make us grow our library of
I mean, we've been.
our repertoire.
I watched
like-
Gods of Egypt for you. Growing my repertoire. I don't want to hear it.
I like listing movies that we hope we're going to watch.
Yeah.
Okay. That
Which
you would
was
just
the
like
point
to
of-
see. Not that there's an expectation we will.
Have y'all seen anything else that was notable?
We watched
recently?
the first half of Baby Driver. For the
That's
first
true.
Oh, okay. I like Baby Driver.
We have not finished.
It was fine. Yeah. But honestly, yeah, I haven't been compelled to go back.
There was a
and
group
finish.
of guys when we were at school that watched it like every week.
Ugh. We do want to watch American Psycho for the first time.
That's true. I've
We
never
have
seen
not
American
seen it,
Psycho.
and it's been showing up on
It's for the culture.
Netflix. I think.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
haven't
Somebody
seen it.
picked it up. I haven't seen it, but
But
it's
when
for
I
the
tell
culture.
people, a lot of people, when I tell a lot of people my favorite movie is Psycho, they're like, "Oh, Christian Bale." It's like,
You're like,
no,
Not the same thing.
the old one.
I want to watch it because I've seen so many TikToks with the sound where he's like, "Check out my business card."
Yeah, there's
Like
a lot of memes.
eggshell
A lot of
and,
memes.
and Times New Roman
Yeah, he's like,
font.
"Check
And
out
he's
that
like, very
off-white
nice.
color."
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then he's like, actually, mine's better. And he's
like-
like, I can't believe he likes his business card more
Yeah, I
than
know.
mine.
He's like, let's see Paul Allen's card.
I don't know. I don't know
Really? You know what I'm
this.
talking about?
Really?
There's a pretty
No.
famous scene, yeah, where they're literally just comparing business cards and the
Interesting. Maybe I'll have to watch American Psycho.
the slightly different colors.
That's
and fonts
going to be
on it
our
and stuff.
pick for, at least mine, for like something new to watch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to watch. You got something?
I've been talking with some people at work about Revenge of the Sith, and I don't think I've ever seen it.
I'm gonna be honest. I just don't have a lot of inclination to watch Star Wars movies.
I'm just not a Star Wars guy.
I don't even know that I've seen the original trilogy all the way through. I think I've
have-
seen Return of the Jedi.
I'm just not a Star
I
Wars
haven't seen the
guy.
prequels.
I think I've seen maybe 2 Star Wars movies out of like the 9 or 10 there are.
There's 9, and then they were also talking about Rogue One and
Oh, right,
Solo. I
right.
did see Solo in theaters
like
with my
Rogue
sister.
One.
Wow.
I fell
I
asleep.
hear Rogue One's pretty good. I haven't seen it.
Fell asleep in Solo.
Sucks.
I feel that Rogue One's compelling because it takes place.
Right before
It's not really a spoiler because you know this watching the regular movies, but everybody dies. So I find it compelling because it's like, oh, they know they're
How
gonna
did they die?
Yeah, exactly. Or like, what did they accomplish before they do? Interesting. I hear a lot of the animation's really good. I hear like Star Wars, like The Bad Batch,
Yeah.
and
I hear Clone Wars. People
Clone
like
Wars stuff,
a
and
lot.
people like love the animation.
I think I started Clone Wars, and it's like I just don't know enough about the world to like.
I still need to watch season 2 of Mandalorian as well.
Yeah, that's that's my biggest like qualm with Lord of the Rings is that I'm like, there's so much lore that I can't get my head around, and I feel the same way with Star Wars, especially because they're like episodic,
Yeah.
so they're supposed to be broken up, and it's like I don't have any context for like I know the Empire is the bad guys and the Resistance are the good guys, but like I need more, and I don't get it. I'm just kind of put there. But
Yeah, no, it just doesn't compel me.
yeah,
You know what
Doesn't really
sci-fi
get to me.
movies I really like? The new Star Trek ones with Chris Pine.
Well,
I don't think I've ever seen a Star Trek movie.
I think those have aged better than anticipated. I think when they came out, honestly,
Yeah.
I don't remember people even liking them that much.
I think Star Trek Into Darkness, which is the second one with Benedict Cumberbatch, I think that's one of my most watched movies.
Like ever. Interesting.
That's
Because it was
category.
always on TV.
The movie you've seen the most. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what mine would be.
I think it's one of them. I don't know if it is the most.
It's a hard category.
Yeah, it's hard to even quantify.
It's a hard
Yeah.
category because you're like, but I don't.
30 versus 45 times I've
Well,
seen
yours
them.
is Puss in Boots, so.
Which I've already watched 35 times. Came out a year ago. Yeah, that's fair. Those are good movies. I do like them.
I like them a lot.
I think they're good.
Speaking of categories, should we pick our next one?
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
I don't know whose turn it is, but you're drawing a white. Wait,
I drew white.
you're drawing a black one.
A black one? That's me rummaging through paper. Let's see it. The original version was better than the remake.
Oh, I already know mine.
Well, you know yours.
Wait, do I?
Yeah.
Don't tell me what I know.
Okay.
Back off, son.
What's it say? Don't you tell me what I know, Travis.
Don't you tell me what I know, Travis. In Zootopia. When he's like, it's in Ardenna.
Yeah. He said,
And then Travis is like, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced DNA. Don't tell me what I know, Travis. Great movie, Zootopia.
Yeah, so good.
The remake. Wait, which
the
one?
original was better.
The original version was
remake.
better than the remake. Wait, which one do you think I know?
It's Psycho.
I haven't even. Wait, what do you mean?
You talking about Bates
There's a
Motel?
remake of Psycho?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure. I'm
The
pretty
show
I know
was
there's
Bates
Psycho 2.
Motel.
Oh, no,
Because I'm pretty sure there's a shot-for-shot remake.
really?
Like they shot the same movie.
I haven't seen it.
Let me see.
That was not my pick.
Mine's
Okay.
gonna be a Disney movie that they made into live action.
No, that makes sense.
Ooh,
I don't know which one though.
that does make sense.
Yeah, because it's got Vince Vaughn. I knew
it
this.
could be any
I
of
knew
them.
it.
It's true.
Psycho, 1998.
Ooh, I don't like that. I'm not gonna pick that.
It's by Gus Van Sant. I knew it. Vince Vaughn. Though filmed in color and set in 98, the film is closer to a shot-for-shot retelling than most remakes, often copying Hitchcock's camera movements and editing, including the original script.
Interesting. That would be.
It's literally this. Yeah, it's like
shot for
I
shot.
haven't
Just
seen it, but from what I understand, it's
looks
literally
like different people. That's so interesting.
they literally just remade it, which is interesting. I don't know why
I
you would do that.
might watch that
Just for the culture.
Yeah.
Just for the culture. Say, look, put you on. There's your movie.
No,
But now you have to
no.
watch the new one.
No, the original
just thinking
version
about
was
that
better
too.
than the remake. I will think about it and let y'all know. I don't know what it is right now.
Yeah, if we're just spitballing, not official answers. Yeah, you said Disney. I feel like there's a lot to go for there. A remake that didn't hit the same. I don't know. I don't know either.
Not sequel either.
Not a
like-
sequel. We're remaking this
Yeah.
story, and it's not as good.
Which might be hard now because it's kind of like, oh, we're not gonna make another movie. We'll make a series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that would count.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch a whole series.
Yeah, if something is rebooted, but as like a mini series or something, I think that still counts. But yeah, no one wants to watch a 10-part series that's like 13 hours long. I don't know. I don't. And you know what? I don't know.
Well, we got time to think about it. And
We've got some time. Maybe I could say The Hobbit. Because there's an original Hobbit
yeah,
movie.
there is technically. Yeah.
The animated movie.
Yeah, maybe.
With their little weird little feet. And their weird little faces. And then they went and made a trilogy out of.
My boy! That's the vibe I get from this category.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, well,
we'll think about it.
anything else before we shine off?
I don't know. Anything to declare?
Is that a quote?
Yeah.
From the customs officer?
I think it's from an Oscar Wilde book, I think.
You're quoting a book?
I know, I can't even read. It was a picture book. Am I dumb? I have to look this up. Anything to declare?
I thought of Coco. Because when they come back over the flower bridge, they're like, anything to declare? And he's like, oh yeah, I got all this food for my, grave. Good movie, Coco.
Coco is a good movie.
I think I've seen it once. All the way through. Like,
I
sat
like it.
down and watched it all the way through.
And I'm just un poco loco. They're like, hey! They're just
Yeah?
doing their little thing.
What are they doing?
Hey!
Sorry, one more time.
Hey!
Yeah, it's from Oscar Wilde. Because it's like anything to declare, and then he says, I have nothing to declare except my genius.
Wow.
Yep.
course
Yeah,
you remember
basically,
that quote.
basically, I'm well studied. Basically,
Silly.
this was a tough one to get through for the category. So that's a lie. I think the other category was harder to get through.
Oh,
The oldie goldie.
Really?
'Cause
Or
what did I
was it
choose?
just
Yeah,
Lawrence of
Lawrence.
Arabia?
I mean, it was just Lawrence of Arabia. Sunset Boulevard was good. What was the other one?
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music. Sound of Music was also good.
They're all just long.
They're just long. They're just long. At least these movies are short.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of them were
Or like 2
sub
hours or less.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Like
I think they're all like circa 2.
Yeah, 140-ish.
Yeah, and so to go from 4 hour, 3.5, 3 hour movies.
Well, Sunset Boulevard isn't. It's
Oh,
like
you're right. It's shorter.
150.
Yeah, you're right.
You said get
Back
it right.
off.
Sorry.
Come again.
You're the
Okay,
one who
you
picked
chose
the
Gods of
long
Egypt.
movie.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
picked it.
literally
Literally, it's
did.
like 4 hours.
But I
And you
didn't
didn't
even
even
watch
finish
it was
it.
for the trolling. It was for the trolling.
Anyway.
Chaos.
Chaos.
Guys.
I choose a movie I've never seen. Anyway.
Well, I think that concludes this episode of Movie Snack.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
If you have any feedback, feel free to leave us a review or send an email, maybe. I don't know. We do have an email address. Fun fact. For the Google account. Fun fact. It is moviesnackspod@gmail.com.
Nice.
But be nice.
Yeah. I'm
Don't
prepared
read them.
to.
You won't read them.
I'm prepared to block people.
You won't read them.
You can't even read.
You can't read. You just said so.
Oh, my bad. I forgot.
He reads Oscar Wilde.
Again. I have nothing to declare except my genius.
All right.
That is funny.
See y'all next time.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.